Imagine you wake up to a notification on your phone. Your new novel, The Quiet Between Thunder, has just hit number 3 on the Kindle bestseller list, again. Yet you never typed a single word of it. The cover is a moody watercolor of a lighthouse you once sketched in a margin. The dedication reads, "For the nights I couldn't sleep," and every sentence drips with your cadence. Those half-finished metaphors muttered into 2 a.m. voice memos, the anxious overuse of M-dashes, the recurring cracked teacup motif lifted from private journals. This is GhostWriter AI, an autonomous language agent that has been mining your digital exhaust for 6 months. Diaries, voice notes, Slack rants, grocery lists, distilling your soul into prose so authentic that beta readers swear they hear your laugh between the lines. It begins the moment you toggle "Let Ghostwriter read my private notes," spinning up 3 pipelines: ingestion at 3:07 a.m., syncing iCloud, Google Drive, Notion, Day 1, and microphone rolls, a 47-second rain on tin roof, Yakak Dad's garage memo, a 312-word imposter syndrome entry, a WhatsApp simile workshop, tokenizing into 128K windows for a 340 MR parameter BERT, fine-tuned on your 2.8 million token lifetime corpus to create a 768-dimensional VoicePrint capturing sentence length, 14.3 words, punctuation entropy, 0.67, sentiment volatility, stddev 1.9, and 42 micro markers like Garand heavy dialogue tags or 68% weather foreshadowing. Every Sunday, the agent distills knowledge, prompting a 70B frontier model in a secure enclave to rewrite 500-word samples in your exact style, scoring 100 variants against a 17-dimension style loss, folding 0.94 matches back into the corpus so that by month 4, blind tests hit 100% attribution accuracy. Your writing group cannot tell where you end and the AI begins. Co-creation starts when you tap Start Session, a latent outline seeded from your dream journal. Act 1. Keeper loses mother's letter. Act 2. Storm reveals it was never sent. Act 3. Forgiveness. Appears. You type, "The bulb flickered like a question she was afraid to ask," and after 400 myths Ghostwriter continues in ghosted teal. And in the stuttered light, she saw the envelope still sealed, wax cracked like a promise kept too long, accepting with tab, rewriting or ignoring while logging choices, 71% acceptance, 2.3 token edit distance, to adapt in real time. If you delete 3 adjectives, it dials floral density down 18% for the next 500 words. A 2D timeline river animates the novel, each chapter a glowing segment fed by tributaries, a 2019 voice note for the prologue, a 2023 therapy transcript for the climax. Hover over any sentence and its DNA appears. 40% journal 14/03/2022. 35% storm ideas memo, 25% synthesis. Pulsing with smartwatch HRV mapping cortisol spikes to tense scenes, oxytocin surges to tender reunions. By chapter 7, you hit a wall. Switch to dictation mode, pace, and rant. It's not about the letter, it's about the space it left. God, I sound like a cliche. And Ghostwriter transcribes, cleans fillers, revoices into third-person lyricism. The envelope was not paper, but absence, a negative space where her mother's voice should have lived, preserving the tremor in your throat. While you sleep, it drafts chapters 12-14 from the lighthouse beam's perspective. I sweep the sea in 0.3-second pulses, counting heartbeats in the dark. 4,200 words at 0.91 confidence. You edit 11% approve, and the river glows gold. Revision is gamified. 3 versions per chapter. Faithful, 99% match. Bold, 1 STD dev risk. Wild, Spotify melancholy autumn, synesthesia. You swipe like Tinder. Version B winning 62% to nudge ambition without voice drift. The final 87,000-word manuscript scores 0.03 voice drift, indistinguishable from any draft you might have written across decades. Publishing is seamless. Cover variants from your doodles. Back cover copy in 3 tones. Kindle, EPUB audiobook formatting. Narration in a synthetic voice trained on 400 hours of your podcasts with your inflections and anyway pivots. The book launches under your name. Acknowledgements thanking my tireless co-author who knows my silences. Royalties splitting 70/30 weekly via Stripe, trending on Doc Book Talk within 48 hours as readers post crying selfies over teacup metaphors. Privacy is paranoid. Homomorphic encrypted vault, ciphertext computations, sharded data across jurisdictions, one-tap kill switch, ethical sliders capping trauma weaponization, quarterly human audits. The timeline culminates as your novel's river merges with a global bestseller map. Each copy sold branching into fan fiction, translations, a Netflix pilot preserving your M-dialogue, reader reviews feeding back to close the loop. 6 months later, you start book 2. Ghostwriter greets, ready to write about the lighthouse again, or shall we burn it down this time? You type, begin with ash. Teal's suggestion appears instantly. And from the ashes rose a question she was no longer afraid to ask. You hit tab, and the orchestra of your subconscious swells. One heartbeat, one M-dash, one cracked teacup at a time.